around the yard. Scanning lorry there, look at that. And that's a nice high ebb crane on there. Apparently that will pick up 6 tonne alongside the lorry, so that would be extremely useful to us. In fact, a lorry like that totally would be useful to us. And there goes another water bowser out of the yard, so job's good. Are you collecting scrap metal up, Michelle?
Yeah.
Oh, well done. That's good.
I can push my glasses on.
Okay. Right, I'm going to go on the parcel one, is that right?
Yes, please.
Right, okay, I'll get my truck. Better go to the gym. People pay to go to the gym, and yet you come here and you get paid to do it. You get paid to do it. It's a win-win situation, isn't it? Right. So it was quite intensely, with our yard being so empty, which is good. Good. I actually found a whole load of photographs last night, going back to 2014, of when that building was put up, and this yard, and that road was put in. And oh my God, does this yard look so much different? And it kind of, you realise sort of how far we've kind of come on this journey that we're doing. So we are going to do kind of a video and put these photographs up shortly. I don't know quite, it may not be, maybe in a week, a few days, it might be in a week's time, of how the yard looked pre-concrete, pre-buildings and the construction of the building of the house. I find it quite fascinating, but I might also give the viewers, unless if you want to see it, but might give the viewers something to see, the people that watch this, that how far we've come. I mean, I always I think our yard is, looks untidy, but if you want to see the pictures of it beforehand. Right, that's to come in another video shortly. So, right, I'm off out. Well, I'm kind of glad today's over, really. We're not over yet. We're going to do some shop blasting. We've had a challenging day today. Lots going on. I've been out and about most of the day, and I've come back to kind of a bit of a bad day, really. Come back to a bad day. But what's going on in the yard? That's a tank Michelle just painted. That's done and gone. We've got a whole line up in the workshop there of stuff being done. We've been and got the old service van out today because the new one's in having this AdBlue thing done by JTech Vans. Brilliant, they're working on it brilliantly, so that's good. That's done. We've had 2 silage trailers come back today. That's good. And now I think I've got to go and shop blast these wheels. So that won't take long to do. We'll do that in a minute, I think. The 135 for an update. I do like this empty yard business. The 135 update, I believe, is done. Apart from it needs to be bled up and fired up. So that's not a major problem. We'll get that. We'll get that sorted. And hopefully that's the end of her problems, we hope. So that's all back together there. We hope there's no surprises for that. So there we go. Apart from that, I think all looks well. I think the old van here is cleaned up quite well, really. It's been stood for the last 3 or 4 months. So I think it's been got out, I think it's been polished a bit. And it's just handy the fact that this van's not worth a huge amount of money, really. And I think the fact of having a spare van is definitely worthwhile. We bought this van brand new, it's done 70,000 miles from new. And it's a 2009, so she's 16 years old. But I don't think it's worth selling. I think we might even get it wrapped to match the new one when we get the new one done, so we have the pair matching. But it's handy to have a spare van, it's all racked out, it's got all the tools in it. So I think the plan is to keep that. On a very positive note, we need to find some positives rather than just negatives. On a very positive note today, we received a pallet of something. I'm not going to show you what they are yet. I'm totally lost for words, and the kindness. One of our, I'm going to say friends, although I've never actually met this person, knowingly anyway, never met this person. But we've messaged a bit and etc, etc. And they sent us something today. And the act of kindness is unbelievable. I'm absolutely stunned at the level of kindness. Now, I'm not going to show you what the item is yet. But it's not a cheap item. Someone spent a lot of money today, or yesterday. So if you're watching, you know who you are. I'm going to say thank you so much, because I don't like scrounging things. I'm not a scrounger. I don't try and get things for nothing. But it's just the faith of human kindness. It's just massive that this person has done that. So thank you so much for your kind gestures today. I mean, really do mean that. And more of that will follow, and we'll let on what it is later, but just not in this video. I think it's probably going to be a couple of weeks' time when we put this thing to use. But the kindness is awesome. So thank you so much for yeah. It's I know if you've watched the video and you don't know the whole story behind it, it's going to seem a bit odd, but it will come apparent later on. Cool. So, 2 silage trailers just been returned. The customer comes from several counties away, to be fair, but he's been working locally. So rather than take them back to wash them, we're going to wash them off for him. So 2 silage trailers back. That's quite good. The maize season is not going to be very far around the corner at this rate, I think. So we'll get them ready. So here's 16 wheels before blasting. Now we have no wheels, all done. Well, apart from the one here that fell off the table. I believe they've gone back in there now, ready to put a coat of paint. Chuck my jumper in the shed. Put my jumper on, just cover my arms up. Yeah. I look like I've been working now. I think that's a good thing. My workload's increased just now, massively. Massively. But you know what? We'll take it in our stride and we will survive. Right, here we go. Right, we've got wheels. Shot blasted. I missed it, I was standing there, that'd be right. There we go. That's the way you clean them up though, it doesn't take long. Don't take long. You should be wanting your lorry wheels done next, won't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll come back to that one another day. Right, where's the airline to burn myself off with? Michelle does keep this all nice and tidy. Huh? Proper tidy job. But now you know we won't be able to find the one. Oh, there it is. Okay. All tidy. Cardboard down so don't make the table dirty. Dirty thin and funnel there. It's good. It's good. I like it like this. I like it all being tidy, so we can sort of find things. Morning. How we doing? All right. Yeah. We're back at J-Tech Vans. We've been to pick the van up. And I said this the other day that how helpful they've been. And we've come to get it now, and they've done their little job on it, and they've cured it. And then they said, oh, we did it. We found the brake pads are a bit low. Put new brake pads on it for you. And a host of other little bits and pieces kind of gone way above and beyond, haven't they, Michelle? Brilliant. So we bought them the cakes to say thank you, and we're going to go home now. So yeah, it's very refreshing to be dealing with such a nice company that actually want to help you. So Michelle is now hiding out of the way. Right, okay. Anyway, right, we're going home. In the yard, just taking the wheel off this trailer. And it kind of brings back memories of years ago. When I was young, and I'm getting old now, so I admit that, right? We used to have a big T-bar socket and probably a scaffold tube on the end of that bar to undo wheel nuts. Then when air came along, I am showing my age now, but we had compressors in the vans with a big inch nut gun, and we thought that was the dogs. That was the business. That was the way forward. That was how it made life so much easier. Air guns, but it was a lot of work. Compressor running, airlines, big gun. Now all of that's changed to a simple one of these, 3/4 inch nut gun, and it's just like how things have evolved, so much easier, and how much easier the workforce have now because we've got all of these toys. And how much you value them now, having had to do the job the hard way. Am I alone in that thought, or is that what other people kind of get that? They don't realise how lucky they are nowadays.
No.
With all the toys that they have.
Big question is, what's the progression from this? Because you wouldn't have dreamed of one of these when you were doing the job. So what's the next step?
Well, there you go. In the box below, what is going to be the next step away from these battery-powered nut guns? Not maybe solar-powered, hydrogen-powered or solar-powered. Let us know what you think of the next. That's a very good question, really. But it's true, though, where we used to have, if you look at our other van here, well, we had big compressors in it. I'll just show you. So here's our other van with a big compressor in the front that we used to have to carry that compressor to run the air equipment. So how things have changed, and these things, now that very rarely ever gets used. Trying to show how it's evolving. I think we get a bit blasé and we get complacent, but it doesn't make life easier. And changing that wheel has been a matter of minutes taking it off, whereas before would have been, when I was very young, 16. We've been doing it all by hand. So progression's good at times. Right, we're off going to do a couple of bits. Daniel's off on the van to do a little bit of a repair work. So repair, do a little job for someone, and we're getting towards the weekend. Not that that makes much difference, but we're getting towards the weekend. So right, that van's going to look so much better if we get it wrapped and sign written. Added it on the to-do list. It's like a ghost town now. End of the day Friday, and got another week. I think it's good. We've got most of our kit out. We've got a size trailer there that's just come back, one of two. But that's not a chance. It gives us a chance to get them serviced and get them done ready for the May season, which is going to encroach on us very, very quickly. And maize for us and potatoes, I guess, is busier than harvest time. But we have a very manic period of moving trailers back in from harvest, which tend to be spread over a greater distance geographically than maize trailers. Get them put the size on, and for those people that don't quite understand what I mean by that, the size at the top, that bit there, extension sides, which we have for maize for greater volume, but for cereals we take them off because they're not needed. So that's quite a big job for us to fit a load as, but that's cool. But so we have a very busy time coming up. So at the moment we have this kind of a bit of a lull in proceedings here where we go quite quiet, gives us a chance to catch up, get things sorted, and I'll give a quick update on our toolbox here. So those that saw earlier, this is an old tool vault we had, not really much use for anything. Well, we freeze that. This is an old tool vault we had that we wouldn't have sold because it's quite beaten up, and we would end up fabricating all of that redone, and it's just not viable. But we have, the idea is we're using it for all the nuts and bolts for the trailers. So we're having it in there, labelling up all the different bits and pieces that we need. Because the Stewarts have short bolts and long bolts and everything else. So we get them all in order. And then in here, we're also going to put the specialist tools that we need. This is where Lee has obviously had plenty of time on his hands. So the tools and bits and pieces that we're going to put in there with that to fit all them different nuts and bolts have all been painted red. I thought we were a bit sad, aren't we? It's not like, even the hammer painted red, and the pry bars and everything else. So they all live, or will do, in that box there. So we're going to kind of weld a few more bits in it yet. Oh, even the carry tray there's had a red handle painted. I mean, it's all good stuff. The idea being is then that nothing gets removed out of here. We are going to, by the way, we are going to tidy these bits up. We are going to probably cut the bits off there, but all the different pry bars on that, we're going to put holes in here. So they're all in place, different bits and pieces, and specialist tools in the bottom there. So just to try to make what we do, very efficient at busy times. And I think a lot of people will look at us and think we're bonkers for doing things like this. But when we're in a hurry, trying to search for a particular size spanner that we need over there, and you keep forever walking back to here to workbenches to get stuff out of benches. If we have it over here. Now, what the intention is, this is where Michael's trying to be creative. Michael might not be creative. So, that tool vault there will live indoors the majority of the year. But when we need it for what we're doing, we're going to cut a piece of the railing out, put some steel bars in so we can forklift it up and slot it in there, and it will be the infill gap of the railing. I'll walk upstairs now. So the kind of thing is that we won't be having tools laying around here. I can't think who left them out there. So the idea is we're going to put the toolbox up on here. We'll probably cut a piece of this railing out. We'll make it so it goes back in again when it's not here. But the idea is the toolbox will be up here, or even maybe down here. We'll work it out, something like that. So that when we're up here, all the tools, the nuts, the bolts, and everything else, are all in the hand. And that will save, oh dear, I need a bigger hammer, I need a crowbar, I need a pry bar, I need this. It saves keep walking over there. Now, whilst I appreciate that may make us look lazy, this gantry is going to have a new location for long. We're having a bit of a yard sort out, a big change around here. More of that to follow in another video. So, the idea being is, that toolbox will go with the gantry, and then when we're not in use, we'll just lift it off, put the toolbox back in the shed, put the railing back in for when we use this for washing down in winter. So, to me, that seems to be the right way to do it. I'm trying to make life easy for our staff, or all of us really, so we have an easy life with it all really. But if we've got everything here we want, literally, nuts, bolts, everything else, whatever we do, it will speed up our job no end. So if anybody's got any other ideas that we can do for efficiency doing this, please tell us. We're always good to listen. But one thing I will say, that this gantry that we built, well, it must be very early part of this year, it's probably about one of the best additions to this yard that I can possibly think of. It makes life so much easier, safer. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I know I've gone about it, I'm sorry if I do, I don't mean to, but I get quite excited at the fact that it makes our life so efficient and makes our job a lot easier, and we can do a lot more with far less staff. So there we go. Anyway, right, enough of me babbling on. Thank you for watching another video of a life in the day, or it's 2 days in the life of Michael today, because we didn't get video out last night because we were doing lots of things yesterday. So thank you very much for watching. I generally do mean that. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again in the next video. Thanks for watching.